Welcome, everyone. Today, actually, it's this evening, we are going to do a reading, and I have to tell you, I just felt called to do a reading. I feel the energy has been difficult for myself, but I know for a lot of you guys too. So I was going to take the day off, but I felt called to do a reading. So here I am. And then I thought, what type of reading? And I thought, well, maybe I should do relationships, because I do twin flames and soulmates, but how about like those in a relationship? So that was my plan. But then something told me I have to make it broader. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, we'll figure out the title at the end. It will just let the reading be and see what comes out. Okay, we're starting. We're going to start with the Mother Mary deck. It's an oracle deck, my favorite. First card is Faith. It's my granddaughter's name, Faith. I have faith in God to heal this situation. I have faith in God to heal this situation. I feel like this is exactly what we needed to see right now, because I feel like what we want to remember is we have the Scorpio full moon, the total lunar eclipse going on, the new moon in Gemini. So there's a lot of what can be confusing and emotional type energy. This is a time, I think, where you got to be careful what you say, because sometimes you cannot take words back. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm just saying that. So, faith. Okay. And we got, oh, wow. We must really need help. We got 3. Blessings. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Blessings. Have faith. And then open your heart. It really begins with that. I allow myself to feel the full range of emotions, especially all forms of love. It's funny because I felt like today I felt all forms of emotion. And it's interesting how tarot just calms me down, and the reason why is I can just let my mind go, and I just let my spirit guides take over. Anyway, allow your heart, or open your heart. Allow your heart. Faith, blessings, and open your heart. All right, we're going to bring the tarot of, no, this is the Light Seers Tarot. I got it a couple months ago. It's definitely one of my new favorites. I've got a dog out there barking. A little background music. Let's give it a cut. I did spirit guide reading. I think it was the spirit guide reading or the twin flame reading. And all of a sudden sirens just started going off. Look at this. Judgment. I may have to close my window. Judgment. This is your spiritual team. This is a call to attention to the present moment. This is probably why I'm doing the reading. Something something needs our awareness. And maybe now. I never understood how people just allow their dogs to sit there and bark and bark and bark and not think it's not affecting the neighbors. We have the 7 of Wands. Some of us may be in like defensive type energy, right? Seven of Wands is where I feel like I need to defend myself, or I am defending myself. Um, what against what feels like attacks. I'm not defending myself just because I feel like it. It's because I feel like I'm being attacked in this type of energy. But I often take notice of the image here. It's like, it's like she's rising above it, right? Because maybe it's all drama. Um, you know what I mean? Like maybe, or, listen, maybe it's somebody else's drama and I just need to disconnect from it. Maybe I can't disconnect from them, but I can disconnect from that energy for that moment, right? It's almost like someone's got to walk away. And you're here. And judgment, right? Present moment. And I feel like that's what it's saying, like your spiritual body would just rise above us, which is telling me it's also, that must mean that there's a lot of human emotions involved there. It's like, wow, interesting. I feel like that just kept vibrating on and on and on. Interesting. It's like I can still hear it in my ears. Okay. Every time I say okay, I get a card. High Priestess, your intuition, your higher self. Judgment is reminding you, just look at this image. It's very clear. You have a spiritual body and it's connecting to that spiritual body. The High Priestess connecting to everything, connecting to your higher self, to your guides. Sometimes you don't feel like, hey, I can't really connect, Sandy. Well, okay, then just look for the signs. And if you see these little signs, like, I said just another reading where I asked for someone's birthday to show up. It was just like a little test, but I just needed it. You know what I mean? And I'll be damned, with the next morning I was watching a show and I was watching Deal or No Deal, and there was two cases. The camera put a close shot on, and it was 8/12, which is my son's birthday. So and then right before Jeopardy, we were watching the daily numbers, and I saw it was like 8/12 and then 9/13, which is my son and me. So ask and ye shall receive. And then I feel like when you notice those little signs, they'll keep coming bigger and bigger. Why is this so far apart? Okay, High Priestess was already out there. Another two. This could talk about partnerships. This could talk about relationships, because I was going to make it about relationships, but then I felt like, well, I feel like it's even more than that. So almost like I wasn't meant to put any type of limit on it. All right, we have the Knight of Wands. Fast moving energy, passionate energy. That can be good, that can be bad, right? Because what's the opposite of the passion? The Seven of Wands. So anyways, I don't feel like this is the same energy. I feel like this is about energy that's coming towards you. It's coming towards you fast. Maybe it's coming towards all of us fast. I feel like it carries opportunity. Otherwise, I just don't feel like judgment would be here. You may feel you don't have the ability to connect or see the signs, but I'm going to disagree with you, because I feel like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just got to rise above, that energy that's not going to get you anywhere anyway. Okay, let's keep going. Knight of Wands looks very carefree. So, she's going, interesting. Okay, I thought it flipped itself. Um, the beat of her own drum. I feel like for some of you, this is talking about temporary energy also. Like we're in some temporary energy, and that will clear, and we got a lot of clear. Like maybe that's why it's saying, or why I'm feeling that energy of, if it's a drama, and if I really look at it, some things are worth the fight, yes. But it's looking at it and thinking, okay, or in another way, even though we don't have any swords here, I feel like, because I felt it before I even started reading, like, being careful what you say, because, you can't really take words back. All right. We have the Eight of Cups. All right. Well, the Eight of Cups is hard energy, but then good energy. Eight of Cups, I feel like, is really kind of like the energy we're in right now with the Scorpio, going into that Scorpio full moon. It's a time when I don't think, and listen, after the moon also, I just feel like, you can't hide. Like, if there's something emotional that is meant to come up, it's going to come up. But it's coming up so that you can deal with it. Or not deal with it, no, maybe some things I'm like dealing with too much. Anyway, the Eight of Cups is like finding emotional clarity with a purpose so that you can have a new beginning, a new energy. Some of you, it could be walking away. I have to say, though, the person in the Eight of Cups, like, if I'm walking away, well, hey, I'm walking towards the sun. I feel like I'm walking, like, like she's walking out of the ocean into the dry land, into the sand and the sun. So, I don't know, like, almost like she did a moon ritual, and she wrote down like her, or maybe you're being advised to like write down like irritations and things that like you want to forgive, but or regrets, like write it down on pieces of paper. I feel like she puts it in a bowl and she lights it on fire, and she keeps on moving. She's in a white dress, and I feel like it's a sense of, wow, it's a sense of a feeling of purity almost. It's like, why? Because I feel like I cleansed my body of all that was unnecessary. Look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. Well, I'm sure for some of you this is talking about a current relationship. Well, let's see what's on the other side of it also. The Ten of Cups is really the house of harmony and more easygoing type energy, laid back, loving, fun. Doesn't mean I'm not serious, doesn't mean I don't have a job, all that, but it's like, it's almost like my safe haven type energy. It doesn't always mean it's going to be perfect, though. We have the Nine of Cups. Wow. For some of you, I feel like I can't help think that maybe you're thinking of walking away from someone. Listen, I feel like if there's someone that's not good for you, you're going to know that too. Like, I feel like these things are what's coming to the surface. It's temporary. it may feel difficult and hard, but at the same time, it's an opportunity. So it doesn't come back, because it will, right? But, interesting, we have the 8, the 9, and the 10 of Cups, but we have the 8, right? The moving away from, at least the reflection over, but she feels like she's like walking away from the 10 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is, it's more of an independent energy. All cups. Interesting. And I feel like there's another message too that feels completely different. Because I feel like, first of all, I feel like in my 10 of Cups, I still have that 10 of Cups. I feel like there may be, some difficult energy that had been around it, but I feel ultimately there's the ability to move beyond it, rise above it, however you want to look at it, because it doesn't feel worth the fight. And I feel like at the same time, I feel almost like there's a sense of unsatisfaction within me, and I feel like if this other person is never going to fulfill that part of you, I feel like that comes from within you. So I feel like there's something, maybe spiritual that you want to do, and maybe it's out of the home. Maybe there's conflict around it. I don't know if it's around that. I feel like it's more about, like, I just feel like there's something that brings you this sense of joy, and it is like it's within the home, but it's singular to you. Does that make sense? Almost like there's this fulfillment that I feel like I'm missing. I thought I was going to get it from them. They fulfill this part of me, but there's a certain part that's still unfulfilled. Well, that's you, right? That's something within you. All right, we have the 3 of Swords. 3 Swords talks about heartache. 3 Swords is mirroring this 8 of Cups. It does feel like something happened in this happy home for some. And I don't know. Maybe for the time being it couldn't be saved. And maybe you did have to move on your own, independent, on your own, so to speak. But I feel like at the same time, you may be interested to find that there, like, that missing piece of you is fulfilled through that action. And, I kind of feel like the 10 of Cups, I feel like it will be again. I feel like it will be again. Anyway, let's go below. We're not going to leave it on the 3 of Swords, that's for sure. So 3 Swords is mirrored by that 8 of Cups. That means it's kind of stored in these emotions. This could be pain of the past. It's not talking about pain in the future. It's talking about pain of the past. Some of you, I feel like, when you actually get this emotional clarity, there's this real sense of freedom within yourself. Like a lightness, like you're a feather. I felt like a brick, and now I feel like a feather. We have the Magician, the Manifester, the Master Teacher. The first person the Fool meets along this journey, with great purpose. It's to teach the Fool, because the Fool, us, we come into this world with amnesia, right? No expectations. Let that go by. You know what I mean? Like, we're molded, so to speak. So I feel like, the magician is a reminder, as you start like different journeys, not to hold on to the past, right? To let that go. The magician teaches the fool that every tool that this fool's going to need along this next cycle, this next journey, he already possesses, right? And it's within. And by the way, the second person the fool meets is the high priestess, your GPS. If you follow energy, that's the energy to follow. Where am I going? All right. I feel like I got a little bit of glare. We have the world. The world's coming under the Ten of Cups. When I said I felt like, what's ever happening in that Ten of Cups that maybe on a not so great level, I feel like, can I have that Ten of Cups back again? I felt like yes. And now, for sure. But listen, this is like a new beginning into it, though. At the same time, understand that. And it's about, the rising above. What it's saying is it's not just singular, right? Both have to be in that energy. But anyways, the world, it's the next chapter. The magician right beside that. Wow. It feels to me like you got a lot of power about what this next chapter is going to be about. We have the Hangman. Interesting. So I'm going to hold back till I'm ready. It's almost like I want to write a book, but I'm going to wait. Wait till that first sentence comes to me. And then look at this. We have the Fool. A new beginning. Wow. Excuse me. The Hangman is looking over at the Fool. And the Hangman is seeking wisdom before he or she makes their next step, right? I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. The Hangman's coming under the Nine of Cups. I feel like this is talking about, for some of you, like maybe there was physical separation, or maybe it's just emotional separation. But at the same time, I feel like, it's hard for me to say this because when you're in it, it's like sandy. But I feel like I'm learning that, what was I going to say? Until we ourselves can reach a certain energy, because I feel like in the Nine of Cups, there's no codependency whatsoever going on. In the Eight of Cups, there could have been. Now, that could have been both ways, by the way. There was heartache, yes. But I feel like at the same time, as you went through this, it's like it taught you something, and it feels like it teaches you something pretty major. Pretty major. You have the Magician and the Knight of Wands mirroring each other, and you have the Magician and Judgment. Huh. It's like the ability to work in cahoots with your spiritual team to really bring that of your true desires, right, through the Fool's energy. The Three of Swords can't be in the Fool's energy. It just can't be. So, You know, if I don't overcome this, and this is where I get stuck for a while. This is the one thing about tarot. Like, we read it like it's like boom, 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 but this can be years in between in cards, right? Someone may be stuck within this Three Swords for years. And until they go into that Eight of Cups, and listen, maybe some of it is forgiveness. Doesn't mean you're forgiving the act. You know, but and it's I feel like more because I want you to feel like this feather. All right. All right. Well, we have the Two Swords on the bottom of the deck. Again, shows me why I did this reading, because the Two Swords is, you know, it's like I'm at this crossroads, right? But there's a blindfold that I have on. There's something that I'm unwilling to see. Though, you know, I feel like with inside of me, I know. But maybe some type of decision needs to be made. I don't know. Let's see. It's interesting. I just saw the Ace of Wands as soon as I said that, which can mean yes. All right. We're not going to clarify them all. Look at that. Judgment came out, and it came in reverse. You saw it flip itself around. Look at that. Judgment over judgment. Some are hearing, some are not. I mean, you know, some are living in the past, and that would be those who are wearing this blindfold. And I'll let you determine what your blindfold is. You know, it's probably something within your emotional house, past pain. But nonetheless, you know, so it's like your spirit guides are saying, we're still here, but some are hearing us and some are not. Or some pay attention, some do not. It's your free will. They can only help you accomplish what your soul's desires are. But you have free will, you know what I mean? And nothing can really interfere, so to speak. What the heck? I live out in the country, guys. I used to live in a city. I think it was quieter. We have Temperance. Temperance is about divine timing. Temperance's lesson is patience. Patience, my child. Patience. All good things come to those who wait. Patience or temperance is about divine timing. And how we can't really control that, so to speak, now doesn't mean we don't have a big say-so in it, because we do. And the magician is showing us that. And the Fool, right? Boom. Here it is. But that we cannot control, we should just let go of. Don't let it control you. Card of Sagittarius also. You know, Temperance is about the right timing. Look at this. We have the Knight of Love. I mean, the Knight of Love. How interesting. The Knight of Cups. How interesting. I said the Knight of Love. Knight of Cups is about love, though. Unexpectedly. It's like you can't plan it. You can't plan it. You know, I feel like for some this is talking about the rekindling of. You know, can you? Well, can you? You know, if you trust energy, then you know if someone is legit, I guess, is the word. Look at this. We have the Tower. Interesting, because the Knight is being met by the Tower. Why? Because of the Three Swords. Because of the past pain. because of the tower. Probably the tower you delivered me, and now you want me to give. You want me to take your heart? You want me to give my heart? Wow. We have the Three of Wands. Okay. Three Wands is a very optimistic viewpoint of life, of how things can be, and I love that it's coming with the Magician's energy, because this is really looking at life at all that can be. Right? It's really learning, like, when I just need to rise above drama. I can't like this person out here with their four-wheeler. When you just gotta rise above it. Nonetheless, I feel like here comes this night, and it is met by the tower. It is met by the tower, and I want to look at that. Oh, I feel like something just crawled in my hair. Yeah, I want to look at the Knight of Cups moving into that tower energy. Or let's put it a different way. I feel like it's being met by the tower. I know the reason why. The Three Swords. Look at this. Okay, we have the Chariot. I think that's a great card to get right here. Because, again, I'm only looking here. The Chariot, first of all, card of Cancer. But the Chariot is balance between the feminine and the masculine. It's balance. Balance has been found. It can be the divine feminine, divine masculine. It's the balance of the light and the dark. It's learning that I think the biggest thing in the Chariot is, your hands are not controlling the reins of the chariot. Your mind is. Your mind, your intention. How far can this go? How far do you want it to go? There's no limit. Only humans put a limit on it. So, there's some rekindling going on here. And I would say it's coming in very balanced energy. This maybe time apart did some good. Even if it was just like in the other room. So, I feel like I got my question answered there. Alright, let's look at the Hangman. Well, okay. We have, first of all, the Star. This is your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Coming over the Ten of Cups, over the world, and being controlled by Temperance. Divine energy. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. They haven't been forgotten. They haven't been lost. If anybody forgot them, you did. This is about manifesting it, right? And being it. I feel like for some, it's like until you really loved yourself, to the point of no excuse, right? No excuses that I am who I am, who I am. This is when you manifest uniqueness to you, like-minded to you. This is where you manifest harmony, right? Because the energy is divine. It is balanced. We have, look at that, the Seven of Cups coming over the Hangman. Well, that makes sense, right? Here comes this Knight. I'm like, hey, I want to be with you again. Wait a minute. Aren't you the one who gave me this tower? Aren't you the one who caused these swords, this pain, this emotional distress? Even though I feel like beforehand, I feel like you truly have found your own balance. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean that, it won't be met with a wall. Maybe it should be. I feel like ultimately though, because it's balanced, I do feel like the majority will go forward. Not everyone, and that's why judgment is like one here is in the upright and the other one is in reverse. Seven of Cups is trying to make a decision based on the shitty decisions I made in the past. I know that energy, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to choose that cup, and I choose it, and boom. It turns out to be a wasted 8 years of my life type of thing. But now I've learned I don't have to give 8 years of my life. If something's not working, I'll know it. If something is, I'm going to go forward. Anyway, your guides are saying, you're having a hard time making a decision about something, but here we are trying to help you. Here we are trying to give you the signs. Do they want you to go forward in love? I feel like the answer is yes. Doesn't mean you have to. Even though it is your hopes and dreams. Okay, let's just finish this by looking at the Fool. All right, we have the Four of Cups, which it makes sense. Four Cups staring right back at that Seven of Cups. Four Cups, it talks about your own spiritual discernment, trusting it, using it, looking up. It's interesting, we have the Knight of Cups here, and there's a cup coming right down to him. And it looks like it's coming right from this Knight of Cups. But yet, this is the energy in the Four of Cups where I'm not doing a whole heck of a lot about it. Like, I'm not choosing a cup. I'm not ready. But, are you? Look at that. Two of Wands. And I feel like that's where I find a lot of you standing at the door. Standing at the crossroad. I love the Two of Wands because this is you like, let me go. Like, Sandy, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you the story of the chapter that I created. Maybe it becomes a book. Maybe you should look at it as a book. Remember, we're looking at the Fool. And then we have the Six of Swords. Makes perfect sense. Six of Swords, I've realized what's been toxic. Whether it be people, whether it be energy, whether it be my own thoughts, whether I'm holding myself back, I'm allowing others to hold me back, I see it, right? It's from the 5 to the 6, so I've made the change of leaving it in the past. I know that you are, because the Fool says to enter, or the world, let's say, to enter into this chapter, you have to have the Fool's energy. Doesn't disregard the past, right? Your past is an important part of you. It's who made you who you are, right? It's why you are who you are, and how strong many of you have become. Some of you are just beginning this path, and like, I want to see the signs, Sandy, but I don't. And your guides are like, well, we're sending them. Test us. Faith. Blessings. Open your heart. Open your heart. I feel like this whole reading is talking about that. Faith, blessings, and open your heart. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I have no clue what I'm going to title it. I feel like it covered a plethora of things. And I feel like it was meant to. I love you. I thank you. And I hope this helps bring you the clarity. I feel like a lot of this temporary type energy, again, drama that maybe, it's like that Mercury going in retrograde. And just expect, like, electrical things to go haywire. Expect it, right? If I expect it, then it doesn't bother me. Know that it's Mercury retrograde, so that my words, right, I'm not being cutting with my words, and it's just because of the energy. Understand the energy. You have the power all within you, And I do feel like some of you, like, I do feel like you're going to come back to me almost like you're going to hand me a script or send me a script or send me a video, something, and it is about the chapter that you're building. Calling it chapter, but it will remain for eternity. I love you guys. I thank you. I thank you for just allowing the readings to be what they're going to be. I will see you next time at the table. Bye bye.